Yo, YouTube, how's everybody doing today, man? I hope you guys doing great. We are back with more Doja Cat lore. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to Elas. I'm sorry, I've been butchering your name, but previously I dropped the Doja Cat video from the other day. Y'all show love to it. Appreciate y'all showing love to us. And, you know, it was Pesci's view basically about her total transformation. Gave me a lot of little insight. But Elas had commented, you know, please react to her her little interview with Apple Music so I can understand better. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's dive more deep into this. Like let's get a better understanding of why she is the way she is, you know. Let me make sure my phone's. Oh, I didn't even have that up. Yeah, big shout out to Linas. I know I'm butchering your name right now. I'm so sorry. Big shout out to Linas for suggesting this, so we can get more deep into the lore. So, let's get it. Let's get it.
Way too fucking famous. 100%. I'm doing what I can
this is
slowly
long.
but surely
So
to
up,
separate myself from this kind of narrative or whatever this world is that I kind of built. And I'm fine-tuning it and tailoring it to what I want out of it. Hey!
What's going on?
Good to see you.
How do you decide when you're gonna wear hair or not wear hair?
I don't know.
Just
I'm in
you were
an
feeling like
abstract
we're giving
hair
the
world.
combo hair.
It changes every day.
All right, I'm into it. Have you worn hair on stage?
Yeah, yes, I have for
So
the
you're
first
not-
time last two times that I went on stage.
Okay. So you're in the hair zone, back in the hair zone.
I'm back in the hair zone.
What about the eyebrows?
No, I don't need them.
Fuck them.
I don't need
Fuck an
them.
eyebrow.
Maybe a little 1-2.
Well, how did you and eyebrows fall out? Like, what was the beef?
I think it was like I wanted to do something more editorial with my face as far as makeup.
Tell me what that means. What do you mean?
Editorial is like makeup that isn't done to make your face look enhanced and like pretty. It's more for the sake of the art,
Which
the
thing?
sake of the
So
picture.
removing.
Where's James at, man? If y'all watched our last video, James was talking about he wants to get pegged by a Doja Cat. So, where the fuck is James? Where is
The eyebrows gives you a better canvas. Is
Yeah,
that
you
what we're
can do
saying?
more. You can do more.
You drink it?
Yes, I am.
Can we have a beverage to get this party started?
I forgot what it's called. What is the turmeric with the ginger and the
Rise and shine.
rise and shine?
And I'll do a 1942 on the rocks, please.
Sounds
Some
good.
Tequila straight up. You know, this conversation I've been working on trying to get you to sit down with me. I had COVID, then you got sick, then I had knee surgery. Now you're in town on tour.
It's very weird. I don't know what's in the air, but it's very strange, the pattern of events.
So the news comes out and it's like, Doja Cat says she hates
It's
her
Doja
fans.
Yeah.
And I'm-
What you mean? Are you defending that? Are you defending that he wants to? Are you defending the fact that James wants to get pegged? Are you defending that, Lily? Do not stop me right now.
The news comes out and it's
I
like,
wanna hear this, though.
Doja Cat says she hates her fans.
I want to hear what she has to say about
Yeah.
And
that.
I'm like, she might just be, this was my assumption,
Yeah.
so correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of people got introduced to you because of your super smash, Kiss Me, and then after that, Woman. Back-to-back smashes, right? So a lot of people met you then.
Whatever he's
Meanwhile,
into,
you had been
wow.
making music since 2014.
Yeah.
So all of these new fans come in, make assumptions of who they want you to be or project onto you. Is that some of the energy that we're seeing? Is you kind of fighting for?
Yeah, one thing that I do want to kind of set straight is that you'll never see a direct quote of me saying I hate my fans.
Okay.
Not once.
This sounds like Doja Cat's story. Oh wow, guess what? What, buddy? But like, it is Doja Cat, yeah. But like, I'm pretty sure she said something. She says something about her fans that sounded like she hated them. I don't remember. I'm not gonna go look.
But it's a really big misquoted thing where everybody is saying she hates her fans. Never said that. But I do like to play with that as a meme. It's definitely something. And I know that like people who get it, and I'm fine with that. I don't need to like have to explain my sense of humor or explain comedy to anyone. If people don't see the joke, then they just don't see the joke. And it's not my responsibility to have them understand.
One of my objectives today, and hopefully you're okay with it, is to get people to know you a little bit better. So I've had the honor of knowing you for a little while. We've had multiple conversations, both on camera and off. And I think I kind of understand you.
I think this is new. This came out about 6 days ago, I believe. Yeah, 5-6 days ago. It's kind of new.
As a creative, like someone who's trying to create. But I don't know if, you know, the people who want to love you know you as a human being yet. And some of that is on purpose, right? Like you kind of want to keep.
Yeah, I keep a lot of stuff to myself. I don't complain about anything but just being like, you know, not creative. Like if I'm not making enough music at a certain time and I find myself like doing photo shoots all the time.
She's going to talk about that. I think she's going to talk about that.
How the fuck did I even get here in the first place? I was making music. I'm not making anything that I'm going to complain about, or, you know, just being tired. I complain about that shit, but I don't talk about my personal life, like my real personal life. I don't get that in depth about that.
I don't either.
You know, I don't follow any of my friends. I don't get that.
Got it. So people can't like do the whole triangulation of she's following these people on social so they can find out who you're close with. Is that when did you become conscious of that kind of being a space that you wanted to have?
From the jump, because to kind of give everybody a perspective, I guess I've been through a lot. You know, the people that are close to me are people that have, you know, I don't really know how to say it. It's like I don't like to be the person to be like the spokesperson for like depression and like angst and like, you know, dysmorphias and things like that. And I've had a lot of those things. I've been anxious and I've been depressed and I have body dysmorphia, that's for sure. I don't like talking about that stuff.
What is body dysmorphia? I'm dead ass. Like I don't know what that is. So do you know? The fuck is it? Lily, are you still here? It's not like I don't know if that's a woman. Is that a woman thing? I try to be very sensitive to that shit. Lily probably left. I don't know.
Because I don't need to, and it doesn't make me feel better to really just like put that out there and like talk about that sort of stuff. And I know how involved I am with social, or how involved I was with social media. So going on there every day and seeing people's responses to, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. Continue.
I just, you know, seeing the responses to that is something that I wouldn't be able to handle. I'm kind of a snowflake. I'm very sensitive. So I know if I talk about things that I'm sensitive about, my vulnerabilities and things like that.
You're afraid people are going to use them against you?
Yeah.
Just when your mind fucks with you about your looks and specifically body. Oh. So for example, someone says, Lily, for example, someone says, oh, your body's beautiful, your body's fine. Or like, your body's beautiful, you look good. But you see yourself as just like, not that way. It's something like that. I'm assuming. Yeah, okay. I think I got the gist of it. I think that's it. How to go more in depth with that later.
Absolutely, and they will, and they have. So I just, you know, I keep my mouth shut about that shit.
Well, so I think that's the part like I want people to know about you is that you care, right? Like you have, not only do you care deeply about the craft and the music and the stuff that you're making, but I think just even hearing you say that, I'm sure you have a care and a kinship for
like beating yourself up over hating your appearance. Oh, okay.
people going through the same things.
Yeah.
In some way, right? So I don't know if that's like you said, you don't like interviews.
Yeah,
I don't want to get deep into that, but I think the human side of all of us wants, as we fall in love with your talent and your music, right? And I think there's a piece of us as humans that want to connect with you on a human level, just to kind of like know it's safe.
Yeah, see where I'm at. Yeah. I think that I have a big fear of like performativeness, and when people use social media to make themselves seem like this holier than thou kind of like can do no wrong, is for every cause, is for every person, is in agreement to everything good and everything blah blah blah. And the thing is, like, I'm not like, first of all, I'm not a political person at all, but I do just I feel like when it comes to that sort of thing, I have to just back the fuck away, because that's not what I want to. Politics are not something that I want to sweep into my life. I just want creativity and joy and sort of the immediate reality of like my friends, my family, and my music and whatever, you know.
And I'm assuming that's how something like the whole T-shirt incident happens, where it's like, I see somebody who's funny.
Yeah.
T-shirt incident. What happened? What was the T-shirt incident?
I'm to find out.
What was the T-shirt incident?
Yeah.
And it hurt people's feelings in some way.
Yeah. You don't know. You can't know everything. And me wearing a T-shirt of somebody who I thought was funny.
Oh, that's that's, I know. Never mind. I know it.
Attack.
I know. We saw that in the video yesterday.
It's an attack on. It's not.
Right.
It's not an attack. It didn't affect the world in a way where we now have to look behind our backs. We don't. And I know that. And me saying that right now, I'm going to get a lot of responses of people being like, yes, it did. It's going to change everything. It's gonna.
I think some of it.
You know?
I think some of it, which is why I asked you to have this convo. I think some of it is trust, right?
Yeah.
Right. Meaning, if we knew more of you, we saw you, heard from you, we knew what you stood for, right? Something like that happens, you could go, "Oh, my bad, I didn't know."
I also think that I'm way too fucking famous. 100%. And I'm doing what I can, slowly but surely.
That is understandable, though. Well, she says she's too famous. And I feel like most famous people feel that way. I don't want to be fucking famous, bro. I don't want to be famous. I don't want the fame. I don't want the love. I want to be loved. I want everyone to feel impacted by my shit. By whatever I put out. Said it when he was going crazy. Yeah. Don't want to be famous, bro. Especially like on their, but their level of fame is different. Because like when it comes to music and artists, that shit really drains them. I'm so too famous. He's too famous. Too famous. And being too famous can really drain a motherfucker. Because they didn't ask for this. They didn't want that. Listen. And I know most streamers will say this too. Most streamers, I would say about 70% of streamers, maybe even 80% of streamers will say that will say, I'm not famous. They be forgetting that they're known. I want to be known. I don't want to be famous. I want to be known. But, hey. It is what it is, man.
Poorly to separate myself from this kind of narrative or whatever this world is that I kind of built. And I'm fine-tuning it and tailoring it to what I want out of it. I feel like it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what some people know. There's fans that I have who know that
Get it.
I don't put any effort or any involvement into whatever the fuck that negative ass shit was.
Mm-hmm.
I am more just funny guy on t-shirt, wore it that day.
Right. Brush my teeth on Instagram Live.
Make
funny faces.
Yeah, but I don't need to explain myself. I don't need to prove myself to a bunch of people who are just gonna project no matter what I say too. There's people who are incredibly dogmatic. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do, what you say, they're always gonna stand by that person's evil.
For sure.
Or that person's this or that person's that.
Or they're gonna project onto you based on your appearance, or they're gonna project onto you. Like for instance, and I'm sure you see it on social media, you know, our industry, the entertainment industry, is always like tied to like this.
I'm too famous. Josh, shut the fuck up. Josh, shut the fuck up. I'm too famous. Josh came up in the chat saying I'm too famous. Josh, what the fuck?
It's like Illuminati, Satan worship.
Oh, he getting into it. Hold on.
Popular person comes out looking like Satan. Here they go again.
Again, if you didn't watch the Past Easy video, you can go back and watch it if you want to. Or not, whatever. The reason I don't fuck with Doja Cat is because of that. When she was doing all that demonic shit. When that shit gets there, I don't like it. Like, for example, I used to fuck with Lil Nas X. Okay? His music was tough. And then I saw he was doing all the demonic shit. Okay? It's a turn off. I just have so many bitches and so much money, it's hindering my daily life. Me and Isaac get sworn by the house daily. He made a gospel song. Oh my god. Okay, we'll check that out.
Yeah.
Promoting this Satanism and
but it's a turn
et cetera,
off, though.
et cetera.
I don't like it.
Somebody like myself goes, nah, they're just doing art. She's trying to scare y'all because she knows that you're gonna have some visceral reaction to this imagery.
Or I'm minding my fucking business. So there's, I like the idea of I did it
Okay, but I'm sorry I keep parsing. But like, what does... What she said there's correct. It's none of their fucking business. What does someone going in your comment section, you post what you posted, right? Oh my god, used to be a fan, but after this, you definitely done lost one. You done it, Doja. What the fuck does that do to me? That does nothing. I do not care. Like, literally. I don't give a fuck. No one cares. Nobody cares. Bro, those are literally people, that's their job. People have no job, sit on the game for God knows how long, with their dick in their hand, typing, oh my god, used to be a fan, not one anymore. You definitely done did it, Doja. Oh my god. Like, what? Make money. Go get some bitches. Go do something with your life. Like, what? Like, I never understand why people do that. And that's with anything. Oh, you definitely done lost one, buddy. I'm definitely not following you anymore. Okay. What, am I supposed to cry? What the fuck? I don't like.
Purpose, and it's this big ruse to like make people react.
Right.
But I also like the idea of, what it is that I love this piece of visual art. I like this visual for this sound. So I chose that visual and I applied it to the sound, and people made up what they want, which is what you do with art. You interpret it how you want to interpret it. Everybody has the right to interpret it how they want. But this whole
you're a Satanist.
Very confident Satanism thing is like, I'm sorry, when the fuck did I say that I was a Satanist?
Right.
When did I ever say anything, or even go marching outside the church talking about, no. When the fuck did I say that? Anyway, it's really tacky and annoying and fucking discredits a lot of the hard work that I've.
She literally became a fucking demon. I don't know, bro. Now, Doja Cat does have bars. Like the one, like the look at me, you looking? That was a tough song. She has bars. She was climbing up on the walls, though. What's up, Silver? She was climbing up on the walls, though, dressed in complete devil shit, bro. Dressed as the fucking devil. And then she kept posting, like, this demonic shit on her Instagram. So, like, it just shit gets scary. I don't like that shit. I don't know, dude. Again, my opinion doesn't fucking matter, but I just don't like that shit, dude. I mean, I don't listen to Doja on a regular anyway, but it's just like, I don't like when people do that shit, because, like, you playing with them. That's like, me personally, I feel that's playing with God, you know what I'm saying? That's playing with God, for real. Because, like, say, like, you did some shit, right? And then, say, like, you did that type of shit. Okay, Hills is such a good song, yeah. Say, like, you do that type of shit, right? And I'm really not trying to put, like, religion into this shit, because I don't really like talking about politics and religious shit, because that's a field that like, that's everyone's own thing. You know, that's all. Everybody got their own opinion and feels the way they feel about it. But me personally, I see that as, for example, say you do that type of shit, right? And then years down the line, you end up passing away, and it's time for Judgment Day. You about to go to heaven, right? God will look at you like, he gonna look at you like this. This shit you was doing? This was shit you was doing? Yeah, no. Going downstairs. You going straight downstairs, straight to the fucking basement. I don't know, man. I'd be scared of that. I'd be scared of that. Because say it's something that was meaningless and didn't mean like how you wanted to, and was supposed to be how this, like, supposed to represent how you visualize something. You acting on that fucks that up, I feel like. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Though. Everybody else is entitled to their own opinion. So I don't know.
I've put in, it discredits a lot of the hard work that a lot of people have put in, and I know from on the inside what I have seen is a lot of hardworking artists who are inspired and are doing the fucking work that they need to do to create these beautiful atmospheres. It's not real when you see a
Why your clap just sound like a punch?
Fucking CGI dragon fly by a screen. It's not a real dragon. But people really feel that way.
Well, look, actors get ran down on the street.
Yeah.
And people actually think that they're the character. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like Tariq from Power. It's not actually that thing was like, I should beat your ass right here, right now. It's like, what? I should beat your ass. He's like, you talk about the show? He's like, dude, it's a show. It's not just a show, Tariq. It's not just a show, Tariq. Fuck. Like, that's just funny as hell. That's just so
Where, like,
funny.
if they played like a mean character in a movie,
That
people would
shit
be
is-
like, I can't believe you did that.
That's
How dare
anxiety.
you cheat
Yeah, that
on
was
her?
doing too
How dare
much.
you?
Isn't that crazy?
Character.
Well, we got to get into this album, Scarlet, which is doing very well.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, rappers can always
this is
play
a
character.
predominantly
Yeah, I guess so.
rap album. And I've been on
But like, no,
records-
I'm talking about like when it gets to the point where like they're setting death threats. Like that actor is getting death threats because of the character that they played. I don't really like that shit. Some rappers can go too far. Exactly.
saying I
But
think
hey,
Doja
that's
Cat
acting though.
is
That's
a phenomenal
cinema.
rapper.
That's
Thank
cinema
you
for you,
for
bro.
that as well.
So
What
you
does
gotta pick and choose your battles.
Doja Cat say to the
That shit, no,
fans
you're
of
not-
hip
that's not
hop
what you
now
are,
that you
bro. That
are
bullshit is
people
not-
are
that wasn't
dissecting
it.
these
But that's
these
how she saw
bars.
it, and
I
that's how
think
she
that
did it.
the
And, you know,
album
respect. That's what it
that
is.
I made, from Doja Cat's perspective, I think that I made my points in certain songs, and I got personal, and I spoke about my life.
That's right.
I think that's
Yeah, I think
important
this
in
is-
rap. I think that it can get really redundant, rap, and so I made my very important points, and then I kind of just I let go and I was free with the rest of it. There's a lot of songs on there. There's one line where the Butter Toes line is like the dumbest line on the album. But I made sure that I didn't push myself too hard. I don't need to prove myself.
Like you don't want to take yourself too serious.
I don't need to jump out of pop and into rap and be the best rapper alive. What I'm gonna do is go in the studio and make shit that I enjoy making. Right. And then I'm gonna put it out. And I'm gonna have my little moments where I'm like, yeah, maybe that line could have been stronger, but nothing is ever that serious. Mm-hmm. It's never that serious unless you have like a real like thing that you stand for. Like
She just looked like a female with hella makeup on the wheel. Oh god.
And for certain shit, like I don't like people discrediting people's work. So like talking about in Skull and Bones, I feel like that was the most important part of the album was Skull and Bones because I got a lot of stuff off my chest.
And it's just dope.
Thank you. Yeah. That beat is fucking crazy. And I fucked around on that. Like, there were some filler bars for sure. I have a lot of filler on this album. But yeah, I think there was a lot of expectations and I don't know. I'm happy with the album and I'm happy for the future. I'm really excited for the future.
Is there a song, and correct me if I'm wrong, you seem like the type of artist that you'll record a bunch of stuff, you like it in a moment, your team falls in love with it, and then you're like, yeah, I don't like that anymore. And they're like, no, this is fucking hot.
They do that, yeah.
That happens?
They do that. Yeah, they'll be like, you gotta put this on there. And the thing is...
So let me ask you this. Have they been right?
It's a wig, buddy.
Yeah, they've been right. Yep, multiple
times.
It's a
wig, buddy.
Yes, they have.
It's a wig.
Yes, you have.
Wait, oh yeah.
Which
song?
Paint the Town Red.
Whoa.
I thought Paint the Town Red was kind of like...
Hold on.
Like, reminded me of like Target or like Macy's. It reminded me of like Gap. I don't know why. It just kind of is that.
Right.
And I know like it starts with a curse word and it's like a little bit edgy in that sense. And like I say I'm a demon lord. Like, yeah, I get that. But like that song just had a very like pants up high vibe. And so I thought, I think strategically, because I can be strategic, I think it was a good addition to the album. And a strong addition to the album. I know that it's a strong song.
Did you expect it to be as popular as it is, though?
Yeah, I did. And that was what I was kind of running from a little bit.
Oh, wow. Tell me more about that. Like, you didn't want to have a smash?
I didn't really want to have that pants up high song. That was, you know what I mean? Like, the goofy kind of, like, palatable. I wanted to make a little bit of a darker, slower album, but I don't think this was the time for that. I think keeping it on the album was a smart move, because I want to slowly trickle into sort of moodier vibes and
like your future project.
Creatively, yeah. Like I'm not going to be doing that forever.
So, I mean, you've done an R&B album, you've done, alternative leaning records. You've leaned into almost into the punk space visually in some places.
Yeah.
Leaning into the hip hop space. Like you're really touching on a lot of amazing sounds and showing how diverse you could be creatively and musically. And who is the Doja we're watching develop? Like where's that going next?
Yeah, I think anything I've done in the past, I'm very self-critical. Anything I've done in the past that's, the way you're naming all the things that I've done, it sounds great. Like having a punk kind of like...
Aesthetic.
You knowing that I have that aesthetic under my sleeve, I feel like I haven't fully executed all of those things the way that I really, really, really wanted to. I think that some of it can come off pretentious at times. And I think with pop music, that's kind of the point in pop sometimes, is to kind of be like, what's a good word for it? Like put on a face and put on like a...
The show on.
You can write a love song that's a pop song and you don't even have to have a boyfriend.
Yeah. Right.
You can lie,
right.
Which I've done. And so I've just written generalized love songs. And I feel like just as far as like sound as well, like I'd love to do a real punk moment, but it's like with live instruments. I have like a bank of beats that I'm, I mean, I get sent fucking amazing beats constantly. But like, I'd love to work with a band. I'd love to work with a band. I feel like I'd be so happy working with a band, and just kind of starting from there in an organic way.
But then, so all of that, and then when I listen to the melodies and the vocals on the album, and now do you do all of your own vocal arrangements and recordings and pick your parts, and you do all of that?
Yeah.
Where is that, I guess, training, learning, talent? Who honed that? When did that get honed in your life?
I love to make sounds, and it sort of channels into my sessions in that way. Like a lot of my ad libs when I rap, like the little like ah, and like shit like that. Like I love doing that. I love to like push my.
What the fuck was that? I'm not gonna lie, we've heard worse. I've heard worse. Yo, Miles. You know Miles. There you go. That's all I gotta say.
My voice and
change your voice.
Yeah, and I'm not a competitive singer. I'm not like a Beyonce or like I didn't go to church and sing and stuff like that. I wish I did. But I try to get there. I'm slowly trying to learn how to do these certain things, but yeah, I mean, I like to build harmonies, and it's never anything too crazy.
But did you learn did you go to music school?
I went to a performing
musicians?
Yeah. So yes, I was. I auditioned for one of my middle schools was an art school, and I did have voice lessons when I was like maybe 8 years old or 7, and like for like a couple weeks. I never really.
But you weren't like.
Yeah, I was never like fully in anything. But the people that I was surrounded by were like jazz people. Like I always had like singers, musicians, and all kinds of people around me.
Just like family friends?
Yeah, like my mom. So we moved to a commune when I was like 6 or something like that. And it was an ashram, and the swami on the ashram was Alice Coltrane, and I didn't realize how cool that was because I was little and I didn't know anything about anything. My mom was helping with John Coltrane events and stuff like that. She would help make banners, and she designed, so she was doing sort of all the fabric stuff that was going on in there.
And that's probably where you get the visual aspect of your creativity from mom, right?
Yeah, definitely, and my grandma too. But, there was just a lot of jazz around me.
A lot of jazz, a lot of creativity.
Yeah, and so I think as a teen, naturally, I wanted to break off from that. And so in my teens, I was making pop music. I still loved rap, and rap was in me, but I was like, I need to do like sexy music and like, sexy pop music and stuff like that, just to break off from the kind of spiritual world that I was really, really deep into.
Got it. So but now it makes sense, because there's a lot of your background's obviously very melodic. All the music is always very melodic. The arrangements are there's a smoothness that you kind of put. It's always across a lot of the records. It's very smooth, and I think that probably comes from the jazz influence.
Yeah.
So now, at this point in your career, how do you reflect on those influences musically? Like, where does that take? Is that kind of what charts the path forward?
Well, yeah. So I mean, more recently, I've wanted to connect with that. More than ever. And I really want to work with different artists that know music in a different way. I want to collaborate with musicians and not so much vocalists, if that makes any sense. More bands.
Piano players and bass players and drummers and horn players and...
Yeah, I think I feel like that's my calling, and I didn't know that until very, very recently. I just feel like that's the way to go, and after this project, like I'm taking off. So
Taking off like we're not going to see you, or taking off in a different direction?
I'm taking off in a completely different direction.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's gonna be, I don't know, I have a very positive outlook on that.
Well, while we have you in this direction, let's celebrate some of this music. So, what were you trying to tell us in that first video for attention? What are we supposed to receive?
It's kind of like a hi. It's like a hi hater.
Right.
Bye hater. No, it's me showing myself in a different light, in the sense of like, I'm not painted pink and I'm not playing a character that's not based in reality. Like, that was me. So that was the most raw image that I could display of myself.
And the people who were, looking at first and then not looking, like, what was that artistically?
What do you mean? Like
the people walking past you?
Yeah. Well, so visually, I really just wanted something kind of toned down. I just didn't want to do something that was like surreal and crazy. And it didn't really mean that much to me. I think the people walking down the street was just more for like the movement and the ambiance and the feeling and the vibe. But it did later kind of resonate with me, like, those people are the people on social media.
Right, that's what I took.
And that's kind of how a lot of people have interpreted it. And I like that a lot. I agree with that. That wasn't really what was on my mind at first, though.
I think Paint the Town Red was the next video. Which, you get it. That's where the whole, is she a Satan worshiper thing starts, because you have this amazing...
Because I'm wearing red.
Right. Is that what...
Because I'm fucking wearing red. Me wearing red is a crime. Like,
for
it's
sure.
crazy. It's crazy. Me, like, standing on a thing that not everybody has to know this, because not everybody knows this. That was a painting that I painted. I wanted to paint that. My painting isn't a fucking a weapon. It's not offensive. It's just a green goblin-y monster guy, and I thought it was beautiful. I love drawing faces first and foremost, and so that was like a really big piece for me, like literally and also figuratively. Like, for me, like, just drawing that big ass face, it's like this big. It was one of my most proudest moments ever, and people wrote that off as Satanism, and it's literally just a little green guy with horns, and I'm standing on his head. Where's the harm? The thing is, I will say my arm piece had pentagrams on it, but it doesn't matter what I say. I'm gonna say it anyway. But that's just me being like, cute. Oh my God, cute. Literally, I'm just like, cute, this is so cute. And I put it on, and
it's symbolism now.
Yeah, and I'm also not religious. I'm not religious. And so people aren't gonna like that because I wear a cross. But I'm gonna do what I want. And, I think it's just like I don't really give a fuck. People are gonna say whatever they want. And that's my painting, and that's what I wanted to do.
But the song is kind of talking about that, right? Like, I'm gonna get out here, I'm gonna paint the town red. I know you guys are gonna be upset with me one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna do what I want regardless of what the fuck you think I'm doing.
Right.
I'm not hurting anybody. Literally nobody was hurt in the making of this video.
Now, let me ask you this. At this point, with all of the popularity, you said earlier, I think I'm too fucking famous.
Yeah.
Was that not your intent?
So I knew that, I think in like a 21-year-old girl's mind, money and like outfits and like, and in my 21-year-old girl mind,
Right.
I'm like, fashion, money, travel, fun, like all of those things seem so positive. You don't think about what comes with it. Right. And so I jumped in. I didn't really know what I was putting myself up against. And then I realized, okay, well, this is kind of a lot. And so now I'm stepping fucking back. And so, yeah, I'm just tailoring it. I'm fine-tuning it, because there's a way where I can still travel and dress up and go to events and go and do stuff and still be kind of in the shadows a little bit and less on the talking about like what I'm wearing and being like, yeah, this is Givenchy. And like, I don't want that.
It sounds like you want people to appreciate your art, have fun with your art and your creativity.
Yeah.
Come to the shows.
But I don't want to be
enjoy
a
the
personality.
performance. But yeah, I don't want to be your little toy character that is like.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna make everyone
God.
happy. And that's just that, like I'm just not. And like, I know that I'm not. So that's freed me immensely.
So one thing I've always wanted to talk to you about, I don't think we had time last time, but your name, I'm gonna try to pronounce it. Amala.
Amala, perfect.
Amala Ratna.
Yeah, okay, yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Zandile.
Yes.
Dlamini.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yeah, that's great.
But that's straight South African, front to back.
Yeah.
And so dad is South African.
Yeah.
Yes.
Daddy is South African from Durban, South Africa.
And so have you ever been to South Africa?
I haven't. I still haven't.
Are you planning? Is there plans?
I rely on my career to just throw me out to places.
I'm sure they're ready to celebrate you, though.
Yeah, I don't like find pockets of time in my life to go travel because I can fly, but I don't like flying. And so, I just like, especially long flights like that. I know it means a lot. It would mean a lot, but I just like.
What role did was dad around?
Dad, no, never met my dad, no.
Really? Damn. So I saw a video of you talking to Whoopi Goldberg, I think at The View, about, what was the movie, Serafina, with your dad was in Serafina.
Yeah, he was acting in that and dancing.
Really?
And singing, I think.
So there's obviously through genetics, you got some of that sauce.
My dad is so good at dancing. He's a goated dancer. It's unbelievable. There's this one video that my mom showed me, and she still hasn't sent it to me, but there's one of him performing on Broadway, I believe. And his whole upper body was still, but his feet
rolling.
were just like all over the place. He has so much ability and just incredible talent when it comes to dance. So, yeah.
But one day you'll be in South Africa, and I'm sure you're gonna try to learn a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Are you exposed to any of the amazing music coming out of South Africa?
She ain't say nothing. Talking about her daddy.
Yes, a little bit, not really. I know in like when I'm rehearsing, my dancers are, trained in that, and my very close dancer friend, Arden, she's incredible, and she's been over there.
What happened? She ain't say nothing. She ain't say nothing. She's talking about her daddy. That's it. And him being from South Africa. She ain't say nothing.
Learned a lot.
How is the experience? The last tour you had planned, I believe, got cut short because you had to have vocal surgery.
Yeah.
That which was 2021, too?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. I had my tonsils, and they kept sucking up everything that they could, and I kept getting sick over and over and over again. And I guess, I was about to go on tour. We canceled that, and I got my tonsils removed. Vaping, I don't know if that was part of why that was happening so much. Could have been nicotine.
Don't vape, kids. Don't vape. And if you are vaping, stop vaping.
Nicotine is awful. It's a terrible thing. But we knew that we had to get my tonsils taken out. So we did that. I quit nicotine.
Good job.
I continued to vape, but I wasn't vaping nicotine. I was just vaping the zeros. And
what are the zeros?
people are like, I thought you were done smoking. And I'm like, no, I'm done smoking nicotine, but I'm not, But yeah, I used
go back to smoking weed
hypnotherapy. No, fuck no.
Weed.
Fuck
never
no.
again.
No, never again. Can't handle that. I've fried my brain.
Too much weed.
I've had enough weed.
So what therapy is this you had?
Hypnotherapy.
To come off the nicotine.
I went to hypnotherapy for my nicotine addiction, and it worked in one little session.
Damn.
I walked into that building and walked out and never smoked another cigarette or vaped another nicotine vape ever again.
What is your
Cigarettes is
favorite song
crazy.
today off of Scarlet?
My favorite song
Today,
is
in the moment.
That's good,
Today
though.
in the Moment. It's Often. 100% often.
Often's fire.
Yeah, 100%.
Often's fire.
It's like Can't Wait, Often, Shut Show, 97.
Those are your records.
Yeah.
When do we get a new? Well, that won't be for like a year. Like that takes time for you, right? Like that's a
Pretty soon.
soonish.
Pretty soon.
Like 24.
I'm about to go cut my next record, like, now.
Really?
Yeah, and I also just want to, like I want to keep going. Like an album has this like limitation of like 12 songs per album. You can do 17, you can do 30, whatever. But like we had to get that done in like.
And this was a specific feel and sound that you wanted.
Yeah, and this was a little quick, but like we did it in a matter of like maybe like 3 weeks total, and. Well, not even actually. It took months.
Damn.
But we came back around and did whatever. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna get straight into my next project.
It's rare nowadays that you hear a song from a woman appreciating a man. Like we live in a time right now where it's like dudes are saying slick shit about chicks, chicks are saying slick shit about dudes.
Scamming and stealing.
It's always like some toxic.
And using each other for like means of survival.
Well,
things
Agora
like that.
Hills, at least what I'm hearing is a straight up love song. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of cringe, but like being like, I don't know. I feel like
You're lovey-dovey, cuddly, huh? Keep it real.
people, yeah, absolutely.
Your butterfly kisses, nuzzle noses.
Oh my God, I'm amazing. I'm so good.
Love it.
I can be really mean too.
Okay, she lost me.
But I'm one of those. I'm also a Libra, even though astrology is stupid, but I am a Libra.
Why is astrology stupid?
Because it's kind of stupid.
It is stupid. She
Because
ain't
it
lying.
applies to everybody.
It does.
It really does. It's
And people
all
make it all.
encompassing.
People make it make sense for what they needed to make sense for.
Yeah, and they use it wrong. But anyway, I am so into the vibe of like being affectionate and expressing love for people and people you love and people you're in love with, and friendship and harmony is like my number one thing that I seek in life is harmony. When a whole room is just ringing and everyone's in the same spot, it's like my favorite thing in the world. So, but yeah, I'm not afraid to write love songs. I did it with all my pop music, and I feel like these were much more personal and much more meaningful than any of the other ones I've written. These were very real. Can't Wait, Agora Hills. I don't know if there's another one on there. But yeah, basically
Often,
those
Love
two.
Life.
Often's more kind of for everyone.
Yeah.
But Love Life, Can't Wait, and Agora Hills are very, very real.
But look, is that the Filipino delicacy? Is that what
Yeah.
that's referencing with the
Yes.
egg and the duck inside?
It's like a metaphor for Twitter.
Okay, tell me more.
It's like I'm shitting on Twitter. Like it's just me just dropping a bunch of filler bars that I thought were kind of cute,
And Twitter being the like egg. Is that where we're going
yeah,
with this?
Twitter,
those like
Twitter, the bird,
Yeah.
the egg, and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
like
no,
yeah,
no.
it's like I'm eating them alive in a way or something. I know that you're
fire,
not
though.
eating it alive, and people tried to clock me on that. I know you're not eating it alive, but it's like that's the whatever. Okay, leave me the fuck alone. Damn.
So the arachnid pearl emblem
Yeah.
on the cover.
Yeah.
What is
is
that?
that?
Who is
Spiders. So,
Okay.
I hate spiders.
I have a really bad fear of spiders.
Thank you. I
And
hate
this
them too.
whole album is supposed to represent a transition and a kind of conquering of fear, which is like, I was never really touching on these sort of jazz moments in my life. I wasn't really incorporating these sort of jam session sort of jazz moments and also things even psychologically that I'm talking about on the album. Like I never would have talked about that years ago. Like I was too afraid to do those things. And so the spider's supposed to represent me sort of coming face to face with my fears and taking them and
taking control of it.
Yeah, taking control of it.
narrative.
That's why I got this spider. It's my first tattoo. I got that spider on my arm. It's off center because it's my fault. I fucked it up, but whatever. But yeah, I got a lot of spiders
Did your own
on
tattoo?
me.
What do you mean you fucked it up?
No, I just told the guy to move it a little bit, and then I tried to get a thing to fill in all the rest of the space around it, and the best way to do it was this way. This was the straightest. This was the perfect line.
Maybe your arm's crooked.
Yeah, maybe my arm is just stupid.
Yeah, I think your arm's fucked up. Doja Cat's got fucked up arms.
I got scoliosis in my arm.
I guess the last thing I want to ask you, we kind of got into the tour thing, but when you see like, I mean, you're on, I think it's Doshi and Ice Spice.
Yep.
By the way, love all of them, right? Huge fan. Was that your idea?
Yeah.
This is your tour, so I'm assuming you were like, these ladies are dope. I want them with me.
Yeah.
But have we seen an all ladies tour like this in hip hop?
I don't know because I don't pay that much attention to the touring side of things and what artists do in real life. I'm more of just like a listen to their music thing if I love it and call it a day.
Were you purposefully trying to be like, yo, I want ladies with me?
I thought it would be cute to have like the girls. We just do a thing with.
And did you know them prior to the tour?
No, I didn't. I didn't know Ice like that. I think me and Dochi were following each other for a while before, but
have you guys got to have creative like while you're at the arena, or do you run into each other backstage?
She loves to like do stuff. She loves to she went to Disneyland. She went, I think, ice skating.
Dochi.
Dochi does she does
Dochi
shit.
again?
Like she'll go out, and I don't know how she does that. I keep getting sick, so maybe it's like on me that I'm not doing anything. But like she has fun.
Right.
I went to an arcade like once, and that was really fun. But anyway, there was that, and I thought the contrast between the two was really nice. I like the idea of like Dochi's theatrical and Ice Spice being more kind of based in like in the real world sort of. She's just like a sexy, dope female that is doing it for girls that
I guess Doja said what she said.
for girls that aren't like dressed up like peacocks like me and whatever. But I loved that kind of sugar and spice of it all.
Now on this album, there's no features, right?
There are no features on this album.
The last album, you had a few.
Yeah.
You've obviously featured people in the past.
Yeah.
Are Doshi and Ice Spice people you would ever try to collaborate
We
with?
spoke about it. Yeah, we spoke about it. I just want to be very careful with features and I think like for the next project, I don't know. I think there's something really interesting about me not really fucking knowing what is gonna happen with it. As far as features, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
That makes sense.
But you know what I mean?
Well, thank you for spending some time with me today.
This was great. Thank you.
And being candid. I know you don't like doing this shit, but I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me a shot.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
And keep rapping. You're not gonna stop rapping though. Like,
No,
it's gonna always be in there.
100%. No, I'm going to keep fucking rapping and get better at it every single day.
And fuck the girls. What is that? What are you saying on that song?
Fuck the Girls is about, it's just like it's more like Stan Twitter. Like it's me saying fuck Stan Twitter. Because there's that obsessiveness behind it, all the malice towards women.
Twitter is
in
not a nice place
Stan
to be
culture.
on.
Like the condescendingness of people being like, mother, oh my God, queen, mother, and calling women mother and expecting
glazing.
them to like, to give and
glazing on Twitter
deliver
is
and
insane.
serve for the purpose of just serving and not just expressing themselves. Like there's this weird ass like, it's so weird. And then in the same breath they'll insult that person as well as calling them mother. Like they make fun of them and shit like that. It's like not real. None of that shit is real. So that's kind of what Fuck the Girls comes from.
So what do you say to your fans, your diehard fans, your fans who, are buying the merch, going to the shows, listen to the album ad nauseum?
I say thank you to them. I don't say thank you to people who obsess and don't do anything. They don't support.
Right.
They just sit there and talk shit about everybody that I actually look up to as well. They talk shit about Nikki. They talk shit about my peers. They
Don't talk shit about Nikki. No, like, why would you talk shit about Nikki? Now I get it. Nikki's old, but like, what the fuck? You know what I'm
talk
saying?
shit
I don't
about
really get that.
all these women who work very hard every day.
I don't really get that shit.
And they try to place me above and bring people
Nikki
down.
is one of the, Nikki's
There's no thank yous going in that direction, because that's bullshit. That's not how you deal with whatever the fuck. That's not how you communicate to other people. Use whatever your platform is to communicate appreciation for the women who are working very hard to provide you entertainment.
I'm not a Nikki fan.
And music.
Well,
Appreciate that. Even if you don't
I really
like
care
it,
for music now.
be like, cool,
But,
respect,
like,
or shut the
in her
fuck up.
prime? Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, it's stupid. I'm tired of these, like, and it honestly, it's also just like kids. Gotta let them just be fucking. Don't need to say this. I don't. They're gonna do it anyway.
Yes.
Pull up in the 97 bin. Get up and sexy with the fire.
Interview, man. Definitely made me see what type of person she really is. Learned a lot from this one, man. It was a good video. That